Our aerial reconnaissance of the Sierra Nevada begins with a high-altitude flight from south to north, looking east over the western slopes of the Sierra. The first river that we notice is the lower gorge of the Kern River, leading eastward up to Lake Isabella. The Kern River is the only major stream in the Sierra that flows from north to south. The High Sierra stretches northwards from the upper drainage of the Kern River to the high country of the Kings Canyon, to the upper drainage of the San Joaquin River, which is now in the center of our view, and then continues through Yosemite National Park, including the upper drainages of the Merced and Tuolumne rivers. The western slopes of the Sierra are characterized by a series of great gorges cut by snow-fed streams. In the lower foothills, a series of great reservoirs have been built during the last century, which supply agriculture and urban needs. Two of the most famous of these are Folsom Lake in the lower right and Oroville Lake in the lower left. Appearing on the left side are Lake Almanor and the canyons of the Feather River, which mark the northern limits of the Sierra. Our second flight again begins at high altitude over the Tehachapi, and again flies northward. But now we descend to a much lower elevation, so that the details are more clearly visible. As we fly northwards, we see the Greenhorn Mountains, Lake Success near Porterville, Lake Cahuilla on the Cahuilla River, Pine Flat Reservoir on the Kings River, Millerton Lake on the San Joaquin River, then Hensley Lake on the Fresno River, Eastman Lake on the Chowchilla River. Like pearls on a necklace, the wealth of California may be measured in its water resources. The Merced River with Lake McClure, the Tuolumne River with Don Pedro, this reservoir feeding San Francisco, the Stanislaus River with New Melones and Tulloch reservoirs, the Mokelumne River with Pardee Reservoir and Comanche Reservoir, Lake Tahoe may be seen in the distance as Folsom Lake and the suburbs of Sacramento appear. The American River's water flows into Folsom Lake. Finally, the great Lake Oroville, the Oroville Dam, a key structure in California's water system. Appearing in the upper left are the snow-covered slopes of Mount Lassen. As we ascend and turn, Lake Almanor becomes very apparent, as also do Honey Lake and Lake Tahoe. The parallel nature of the streams flowing down the western slopes of the Sierra is also evident. Our third pass again will begin in the south, but in this case we'll turn towards the east. In front of us is the striking landscape created by the Garlock Fault. The Tehachapi Mountains, Red Rock Canyon with Highway 14, China Lake Naval Air Station, the volcanic flows around Little Lake, and the highway reservoirs of the city of Los Angeles. Before us lies the arid waste that once was Owens Lake. The great eastern escarpment of the Sierra Nevada appears, in places rising almost 2 miles above the floor of the Owens Valley. Mount Whitney is passed as we fly northwards towards Bishop. The gorge of the Owens Valley leads up to Long Valley and Crowley Lake. The area of Mammoth Lakes, June Lake, and the great Mono Lake. The Bridgeport Valley and Bridgeport Reservoir. Topaz Lake. The Carson Valley and the abrupt eastern escarpment of the Carson Range, west of which lies Lake Tahoe. Washoe Lake appears, as does Reno, Nevada. Looking west, we can see the drainage of the Truckee River, Stampede Reservoir, and the largest valley in the Sierra Nevada proper, Sierra Valley. We now turn towards the northwest, along the Diamond Mountains, passing over Honey Lake. Mount Lassen appears in the upper right as we increase our elevation to over 300 kilometers.